那我们就去修复这个雕像。
Reparo.
Nicely done. Works like a charm, doesn't it?
雕像修复完了。大家好，欢迎大家点击这个影片跟我一起来玩霍格华兹的传承。我是维，上期影片里面我们顺利的入学了霍格华兹。霍格华兹有4个学院，那我们都分别进了不同的学院试试看，最后我们选择了格莱芬多。那今天开始，我们先从我们的交易厅这边出去，这样我们就离开格莱芬多的交易厅，来去见卫斯理教授。这是我们在霍格华兹的第一天。
Well, you are here. Make the most of it.
现在我们是霍格华兹的新生。
Now, in light of your unique situation,
第一件事情哦，卫斯理教授要给我们一个东西，
you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind.
那我们要赶上
Especially as
进
you'll
度
be。expected to complete your OWLs
最后我们还要完成
at the
普
end
通
of the
巫术
year.
等级测验。
Owls.
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something
没错，要给我们
extraordinary to
东西了
ensure
吗？
your success.
要给我们一本
Here you
书。
are.
然后这个书的好多的页面，突然就飞到好多的地方，要重新收集这些页面。
What is it?
It is a
这个
wizard's
叫做
field
巫
guide.
术实战
It
指
will help
南，
you to keep track of what you are learning, so that you master
协助我们掌握
all
自
that's
己的
expected
学
of
习
us
进
this
度。
year.
那这我们就要到处
You would
收
be
集
wise to
仪
take
式
full
的页面
advantage，of this exceptionally valuable resource.
我就收下了。
Thank you, Professor, but what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test.
那我们就跟教授去哪里？
This way.
教
The
授，你要
guide
带
will
我
give
去
you
哪边？
opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore.
在我们还没有巫术指南的时候，如果我们按这个暂停键的话，
I certainly would have appreciated
我们就会
something
看
like
到
the field guide when I was
我
a
忘了是看到一些资讯。
Using the guide
那我们现在
will
有
also
实战
train you to be alert
指南以后，我们按
to your
下暂停键就会看到很多的选项，看到地图吧，应该还可以看到地图。
Ah, the guide appears to have some information for you about that painting of poor Barufio.
那什么时候你会看到像这样有浮在画面的这个记号的话，你就用线型，我们就可以收集实战指南页面。
Revelio.
用线型就可以收集了。我们来开启一下实战指南哦。现在我们按暂停键就可以看到我们现在的一些资讯。我们来看一下这个。哦，所以我们现在有1%，收集了1%，收集到了一个页面。
Clever, isn't it?
那我们再继续跟
Keep
着
your
卫
eyes
斯理
open
教
for
授
more opportunities
去别的地方。
like that, inside and outside of the castle.
啊，
Good timing.
怎么了吗？
Perfect
突然停下来
opportunity。to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit
哦，是
quicker.
要教我们怎么样
Your
用呼
field
噜焰，
guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
就那种传送的能力就对了。我们可以开启地图，然后我们可以把自己传送到任何地方，任何我们开过呼噜焰的地方。然后我们可以开这边中央大厅，卫斯理教授已经帮你解锁了中央大厅的呼噜焰。
And here we are.
我
Quite
们
the
直接
time
把我们自己
saver.
传到
These
中央大
stairs
厅
lead。directly to Central Hall. You can get almost anywhere in the castle.
从中央大厅这边就可以抵达城堡任何地方。
Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive, our King's Cross station, so to speak.
中央大厅这边蛮美的啊。
That should be all for now. You'll be expected
今天要上
to
课，
attend
要上魔
both
咒
charms
课，
and
还有黑
defense
魔
against
法
the
防
dark
御
arts
课。
classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade
上完
as
两个
soon as
课以后，
possible
我们就会去
to replace
火
the
米
supplies
村
you
买
lost on
魔
the way
杖。
here.
你能告诉我更多魔咒课的事情吗？
What will I learn in Charms class?
Exactly what you might expect.
可以学到咒语、
Charms,
魔咒、
jinxes,
疙
all
瘩咒，
terribly useful.
通通都
I
超
think
级有
you'll
用。
enjoy Professor Ronan.
是罗南
He's a
教授
clever
教授的，
and
他是很
entertaining
聪明、
wizard
很有趣的巫
and
师
a。talented teacher.
罗南教授应该是那种印度人，之后我们可以看得到。黑魔法防御术具体是什么？
Can you tell me more about the Defense Against the Dark Arts class?
Defense against the dark arts, as the name implies,
如何抵
focuses on
御
how to
潜伏在城
defend
堡外头的
oneself
邪恶
against
势
the
力？
evils
可以用
that
黑
lurk
魔法
beyond
防御
these
术。
walls. A mastery of defense against the dark arts
如果你
is
想要成为
required
正
for
气
those
师，
who
那就一定要
aspire to
成为，
become
一定要精
warriors.
通黑魔法防御术。
Fortunately, we are lucky to have the
然后这个
ever-gifted
是由赫
Professor
卡特
Heckert
教授
in
负
charge
责
of
的
our。students'
赫卡特
education
是
in
一
that
个
regard.
欧巴桑，一个老女人。然后火米村在是什么
You
地方？
mentioned Hogsmeade, Professor.
Hogsmeade is the only
火米村是
all-wizarding
不列颠
village
境
in
内
Britain
唯一
and
只
is
住
home to an
只
array
住巫
of
师的
shops
村
and
庄。
pubs.
那
You
边的
should
人
be
都
able
是
to
巫
find
师。
all of the school supplies you require in Hogsmeade. You will also, I imagine, enjoy many a butterbeer there with
那边
friends
还可以
in
喝
due
奶油
course.
啤酒。
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create
我们还有
additional
额外的
assignments
作
for
业。
you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in
我
no
第一次
time.
玩的时候
Judging by your
并不知道
adeptus
这件
of
事情哦，
Revelio
但是如果大家是
earlier,
第一次玩的时候
I'd say，
我想跟
Professor
大家
Fig
讲的就是
succeeded in at
赶快
least
完成你的
showing you
作
the
业，
basics.
一完成你的作业的话，就可以学到咒语， 学到更多的咒语，就可以去写更多的谜题。
Specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
We did take a bit of a detour on the way here. Ended up exploring some ruins and
我不该再
I
说下
shouldn't say
去
more.
了，
Exploring ruins? Well,
因为费格
I
教授叫我们
presume
不要继续
Professor
讲，
Fig
不要
has
讲
his
太多。
reasons for keeping the details to himself for now.
说曹操，
Speak
曹
of the
操到，
devil,
费格
Professor
教授
Fig,
来了。
your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a
看样子我
rare
们具有罕见的魔
aptitude
法
for
知
magic,
识。
it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and
明
you
明就有
chose to
船跟
fly
马
in
车可以
half
搭
a，
你们偏偏
dragon.
要选跟
I
龙一
wouldn't
起
say
飞
I
天。
chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately,
龙
it
是
would
自己来
seem
攻
that
击我
it
们
chose
的。
us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you.
我们再继续跟费格
Good
教授
luck
讲一下
today.
话。
And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date
最
on
后
your progress.
游戏结束的时候
Yes,
要
Professor.
查看我们到
Come
底
and
收集了
find
多
me
少
in my
页面。
classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade.
我上完2堂课以后，再去找卫斯理教授。那么来跟费格教授交谈一下。
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross
在今
today
天开始上课
before
之
you
前
immersed yourself，
先
in
要跟费格
studies.
教授一起行
Did I
动。
hear you and Professor Weasley talking about exploring ruins?
我没有透露太多资讯。
She caught me off guard. I didn't tell her anything else about our travels here. I will say, I think she suspects we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the
暂时
details
不
to
要透露
yourself for
详细
now.
资讯是
We
正
don't
确
know
的。
where this path we've embarked upon will
我们不
lead.
晓得前面的这条
It
道路
may
会带我们到
require
哪
a
个
bit
地
more
方。
flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
我第一次玩的时候，看到这个地方，我觉得费格教授可能是一个坏
I
人。
believe the ability you possess
他
obliges
不
you
是
to
坏
be
人，
well trained.
他其实是好
Happily, you
人，
have the benefit
一
of
直到
an
最后都会陪
exceptionally
我们一
skilled
起玩
team
下
of
去。
witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guides
他要
map?
介绍实战指
Unfold it
南
and have
附
a look.
魔，怎么做呢？可以先追踪你想要追踪的任务，比方说我们现在有2个任务，一个任务是要上黑魔法防御课，另外一个是要上魔咒学课程。我们可以选一个我们想要解的任务。像我现在选到我要追踪这个任务，
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
接下来我们
Now,
地图就附
sounds
魔
like
了
you've。quite a day ahead, what with classes
我们可以
and a
按
trip to
上键。
Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend.
我们实战
I
指南
shall
就会
reach
带我们
out
去
when I have more
任务的
information
地
about
方。
our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
好，这样我们就按上键，上键可以释放魔法罗盘。哦，不错哦。霍格华兹很大，然后这个学校啊，每一个房间都不一样，很容易迷路。但是有这个魔法魔盘的话，就会告诉我们怎么走。我们就跟着这个金色的线走就好了。这样我们就到了黑魔法防御课的教室。像我讲的一样，黑魔法防御课是一个老女人，我把她上交了，教的课。
Is that all you've got?
然后在这个上课的过程中，我会认识一个 NPC 啊，叫做塞巴斯提安。
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own
出
time.
现了，出现了。
I get new
我巴
students
上出
every
现
year,
了，
but I
应
only
该
have
说是
one
老奶奶
Hebridean
出现
black
了，
skull.
还是
It
说
was a
他是赫
token
卡
from
特
the
教授？
great
我就叫他
Hogwarts
赫卡特教授好了。
1878. No doubt you've heard of it.
他要教我们黑
You
魔
may
法
be
防御
asking
吗？
yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters
好，
very
我们
little.
教授好像快要走不动的感觉。
Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more
今
times
天我们
than
要
I
学
care
的
to remember.
咒语
Levioso.
是
Leviosa.
拉维阿萨。
Levitation charm.
Levioso.
Leviosa.
A
就是把
surprised opponent is
对
the
方
weakest
升起来的
opponent.
咒
Care to
语。
defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity,
我
especially
们
in
从
the
简
heat
单的
of
开始
battle.
练习
Now,
Leviosa，
let's practice what we've just learned.
把东西升
Starting
起
with
来。
something small.
那我们就来练习一下我们的咒语啊！先要学我们的咒语。这样我们就学到了拉维阿萨。
Levioso.
这样就升
Let's
起
try
来一
something
根
a
羽
little
毛。
larger.
现在我们来升起一个假人。
Leviosa.
Well done. Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you
接
two.
下来跟真人打
Duelists,
斗。
take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts
之后我
walk.
们会常常碰到塞巴斯提安，碰到这个人。
Using only Levioso,
他会教我们很多黑魔法。
basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
那我们就来
This can't be your first.
把它打爆。
Let's just.
I do enjoy life duels. If only all of my students were this adept. Use the basic cast when your opponent's guard is down.
下去了，下去了，
Not bad.
叫不打不相识哦。因为
give as good as
这
you
场
get.
决斗一样对决，我们就跟塞巴斯蒂安变成了好朋友。
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Gryffindor.
Thank you, Professor Hagrid. Glad to have the opportunity
黑
to
魔法
practice.
防御课
If what I've seen today is any indication,
老师
we
说
can
我们
expect
日后大有
great
可为。
things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of
之后我们会打很
Gryffindors
多很多的
entirely.
坏人
Understood,
更多
Professor.
很多的妖精
So,。I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can.
他
Perhaps
尽量
Mr. Sallow
让
will
我们
have
尽
some
量多练
ideas for
习
you. Again, well done
要去找
today.
塞巴斯
I
提
shall
安
reach out soon with additional
他会帮助我
assignments.
们练习。那我们就来去找塞巴斯提安
All，right. That's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
在这边他叫萨路啊
Nice work.
塞巴斯提安萨路，
I enjoyed
我们
that.
就这样子认识
Well,
了塞
that
巴斯
duel
提
was
安。
quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice. It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Sebastian Sallow, by the way, didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a
我
wand.
还不是用我自己
Then
的魔
again,
杖，我是用二手
perhaps
魔
this
杖。
wasn't your first duel.
我之前有进行过魔杖战斗，
I've dueled enough. Consider yourself lucky I held
我有
back.
对你放水。
Fair enough. You owe me an honest duel when you aren't. You know, you
他
might
告诉
be
我
a
们有一个
perfect
某一
fit
个
for a
不对
certain
外开
exclusive,
放，然后没有经过
unsanctioned
许可
dueling
的决斗
organization.
组织，感觉很有意思，我们要参加，
Exclusive and
送我一
unsanctioned.
份。
Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's
塞
joining
巴
a
斯提安
secret
是那个史
dueling
莱哲
club
林的学生
or，sneaking
给他
into
穿
a
那个衣
restricted
服就知
section
道
of the
了。
library. You just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you.
在对话中
I'm sure
间，
I'll
塞
see
巴
you
斯提安
soon.
有告诉我们
Perhaps
说
somewhere
他会潜入
unsanctioned.
图书
We'll
馆
see。if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance.
他叫我们去钟楼
If you're
附近
interested.
找肯布莱什么彼得，
Till next time.
好，这样我们就完成了黑魔法防御课。接下来我们要前往魔咒课，这样我们还是可以打开我们的地图，然后选魔咒课。哦，选到以后我们就叫我们的魔法带我们去。从这边走。这样就跟着我们的指引来到了魔咒课。魔咒课是那个好像印度人在教的课程，罗南教授。然后在这边我们认识另外一个 NPC，
There is an open seat
他
here.
叫做娜娜，
Thank you.
本名叫娜彩，
Hello,
可是
I
他
am
都
Nettie.
到最后都
So
叫他
you
娜
are
娜
the。new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
是不是印
Shall
度
we
人？
begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your
5年级的魔咒
education
课
on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the
变
difference
色咒跟
between the
生长咒之间有
incantations
什么
of
差异
the
吗？
color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone?
我们还没有输，要偷看吗？
I am afraid it is too late to study now.
这是我们要学的一个咒语，就对了，把东西吸起来。
Practicing obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
用书本来练习，要学习速前，去把东西吸过来的咒语。
Accio. That is not bad.
You are a
那个
Swiss
娜娜
learner.
感觉是像非洲来
I see a lot
的
of
学
potential,
生
but
的感
remember,
觉，
potential is nothing without practice.
觉得这个学院非常的国际
You
化，
might just rival Miss Onai here.
有非洲的
Very
人，
good, everyone.
有印
That's
度
enough of
的
that.
老师，
Well, as you all seem to have the
还有
basics
从
down,
英国来
and
的
it is an
主角。
exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little
我们要去
excursion
户外
outside for
教
a
学。
spot of fresh air. After me. I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right? Yeah.
一个小游戏。
So why don't we have our newest student start us off?
我来试试看，吸过来，把球吸过来。
Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last possible moment. Now, think of this like gobstones, if you will. But instead of throwing the marbles out, you are summoning them toward you. The trick is to pull the sphere as far as possible, but not a bit more, or it'll fall, yes? Now, I could keep talking about theory all day, but practice is the best professor. Show us how it's done.
好，那我们就开始把球吸过来啊。应该是在大概20的时候把魔法放掉，20的中间把魔法放掉。就这样，太快，太快，再一次，在20的时候再放掉。
That's it.
哦，像这样，在20的中间呢。第一次不熟。
Excellent control there.
像这样，我们就可以把分数到50这边。我现在有2个50，
Very good. Points to Gryffindor.
120。
But there's certainly
第一次
no
玩
sport
拿
in
到
playing
520
without
分
some friendly
，120
competition.
分。
Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a
接下来要对
challenge?
抗。
Come on up. You'll be the blues just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
看谁能够拿到比较多分。
Here we go.
哦，一开始50分，很强哎。然后换我。哦，我也50分。
Splendid.
Lisa.
哦，对手怎么那么强？
There we go.
哦，这场对决
Quite impressive. Watch this. That is how it's done.
我就直接从这边拉过来。获胜。
perfect score.
满
Remarkable.
分啊，150啦。
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
还有进阶版，进阶版有一些
I think we are
箱子
well
在这个
past
地方。
interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Let us see this.
哦，好强，好强，好强，好强！换我。我会紧张。
Do not think I will start going easy on you now.
哦哦，差点差点，
Very good.
差点被推出去，吓死！
This one.
哦，有点恐怖。这个，我有点紧张。
But try not to. You are doing quite well.
哦，我也是50分，我跟他一样80分
Nicely done.
，80对80，紧张。
Here we go. That is how it's done.
我只要超过30就可以了。啊，一样同分。
Excellent control there.
平手，平手。
Very good, both of you. Well done.
因为这个课程，我们认识了娜娜。
Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
娜娜也是一个很重要的 NPC。
A tie game. It turns out we were evenly matched.
我第一场
Took
赢
me
她，
weeks
这样
to
算
become
平手吗？
proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Wagadu just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach
她妈妈
divination
是这
here.
边的老师
Before I knew，
她妈妈要
we had
在
left
教占卜
Uganda
学
and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
她之前说瓦嘎杜来的，
Is Wagadu much bigger than Hogwarts?
Wagadu
瓦
School
嘎
of
杜
Magic
是一
is
个
the
魔法学
largest
院，
wizarding
是
school
全
in
世
the
界
world.
最大的魔法学
So
院，
yes,
比霍格
bigger
华
than
兹还要大。
Hogwarts. But it never seemed intimidating or overwhelming to me. It always felt like home.
Is Wagadu a castle like Hogwarts?
Its address is
瓦
Mountains
嘎
of
杜
the
的地
Moon.
址在月亮
It
山
is
脉
not，so much a castle as a beautiful
并不是
edifice
城
carved
堡，
out
是
of the
坐落在山腰
mountainside.
的美丽建筑
I。remember the first time I saw it. The mist was so thick I could hardly make out anything at all. And then it just materialized before me. This enormous school that seemed to be floating in midair.
魔法在瓦嘎杜也是一样吗？
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone
如果我
at
刚才没有
Wagadu
记错的
uses
话，好像
one.
是从乌干达那个国家来的，乌干达的瓦嘎杜学院学校来的，
You can cast spells
然后
without
它
a
可以
wand.
哦
不用
yes
魔杖
I
施
find
法。
wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. Ah, I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you.
罗南教授要找我讲
Better
话。
not keep him waiting. Until next time.
下次见，下次见。
Of course, you can.
A word, if you would.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation.
还不错，还不错。
An outdoor competition wasn't exactly
没想到
the
这堂
lesson I
课
was
需要在户
expecting,
外进
sir.
行比
What
赛。
charm is there in the expected? And what a close match between you and Miss Onai. Invigorating.
Thank you, Professor. I enjoyed the match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor.
奈奈最近有
Though
点
I
心不
sense
在
that
焉，
she is a bit distracted of late.
为什么呢？之后我们会知
Now,
道。
Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction
我们要课
outside
外
of
作
the
业，
ordinary
课外
curriculum.
辅导。
Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
这样我们就上完了魔咒学课程。接下来我们要去哪里？我们有新任务可以用，打开日志这边，然后来选任务。所以我们都做过啦。哦，我们要去这边交错的魔杖第一局，有个支线任务。那我们就让我们的魔法带我们去。这边有一个呼噜焰，把它打开来。有时候你会看到像这样子的镜子哦，你就是要用 Lumos， 它会告诉你你要去什么地方，这个地方在哪边哦。我现在人在这个地方，我现在人在这边。在天文学区这里，然后画面上的这个地方在后面，在这边，然后你到这边以后，你看到这附近就会有一个蝴蝶在这里。在这边，好，这样找到蝴蝶以后，我们就回去。
Don't get too cocky simply because you had one victory over Sallow.
我们就回去刚才那个地方。刚才那个地方在哪边哦？在这个雕像的这个地方。你把蝴蝶放回这边，你就可以得到一个实战页面、实战指南页面。游戏里面有很多像这样子的挑战，我看到一个就解一个。 然后在游戏里面常常看到像这样子的雕像，像这样子雕像，你要用 Laviosa 把它升起来，像这样，
Laviosa，
这样就可以拿到实战页面指南。那我们就来到指定的地方哦，这个是一个支线任务，我们跟路克布莱特比讲话一下。
Sebastian told me to see you about a club.
If Sebastian vouches for you,
这是一个魔法对战的社
I
团。
coordinate duels for crossed wands. A dueling club of sorts. It's invitation only, so you must have
这是一个
really
秘密的
impressed
社团
Sebastian.。
I'm flattered to hear that. Sebastian's not a bad duelist either.
Imagine it's quite something to see the two of you duel.
How does cross wands work exactly?
You show up, I match you with other
帮我
duelists,
们安排决
and
战
whoever
对
is
手。
still standing in the end wins. It's our way of determining the school's greatest duelists once and for all. And to liven things up, the winner is awarded a prize.
有兴趣吗？
Interested?
我要加入你的社团。
Of course. Dueling's an entertaining pastime.
I agree. Besides, in crossed ones, you could duel with a partner if you like.
还可以组队一
The
起
first
对
time I'll
决。
pair you with Sebastian. Next time, you'll need to bring a partner along
第一次参
or
赛
duel alone.
会安排塞巴斯蒂安当我的队
Care
友
to。step into the ring?
Get me in the ring.
Spectacular! Let the fireworks begin!
We'll
2
make
对
you
2，
regret signing up.
这是新手回合，来喽！
Don't shy away now. Expulso!
Come on.
You're better than that!
Accio. Levioso.
一个被解决，
Lumos. Accio.
我干嘛用 Lumos？
Act like a winner.
Glad I didn't bet on that round.
简单，这应该是初级的对战。
Nice work. Sebastian wasn't wrong about you. There's strong competition ahead.
接下来的
but
竞争
keep
会很
this up
激烈。
And you could be the next school champion.
Brilliant. Count me in.
I shall. Now, it takes time to organize these duels.
过一段时间再回来问问
I
他，
may have
看有
something
没有
lined
新
up
的
for
决
you.
斗。
Again, congratulations on your first crossed ones victory. Well fought.
我们来看看我们有什么新的任务。有卫斯理下课后，我们来去找卫斯理教授。出发，这样我们就根据指引来到这个地方，来看卫斯
What
理教
about the
授。
room, Professor?
I was thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
这时候他跟个妖精聊天，他们到底在聊什么？
Oh, excuse, Deke.
妖精就不见了。
There you are.
之后我们会看到这个妖精，他叫做迪克。
I trust your first classes went well?
They did, Professor.
I heard as much from Professors Hecat and Ronan. Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit during your brief detour near, what was it you said? Some ruins? I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you've told me. Isn't there?
布教授
Nothing more, Professor.
I see.
什么都不讲。
Like trying to get a sonnet from a streeler. Regardless, you must continue to build upon what you've learned. In that regard, I've asked your professors to help hasten your progress with some extra
他要请我们的
assignments.
教授分配额外的作业。
Professor Ronan did mention something about that.
In fact, Professor Ronan
罗
will
南
meet
教
you
授再过
outside
不久就会在外头
momentarily
跟
to
你碰
assign
面
your first，
然后指派一个
Now,
作业给我们。
regarding the trip to Hogsmeade I mentioned earlier, we've arranged to replace the supplies lost on your way here, including seeds, potion recipes, and spellcrafts.
Thank you, Professor.
And Mr. Ollivander
我们还要去买
will connect you
魔
with
杖，
the
之后要去火米
perfect
村买
wand.
魔杖。
You've managed your classes well with a borrowed wand,
我用
but
自己的
you'll
魔杖
find
的
the
话，
magic you cast with your
施出
own
来的魔
wand
法会
to
更
be
厉害。
far superior.
还能跟我说有关魔药店的事情吗？
Can you tell me more about the potions shop, Professor?
J. Pippin's Potions stocks a wide array of potions
有卖
ingredients,
各式各样的
although
魔
they
药材料
rarely。sell recipes. Professor Sharp asked that they have a couple of particular recipes on hand for you.
幻术配方是什么？
I've never heard of a spellcraft before, Professor. What is it?
A spellcraft
能
is
够
a
变换
recipe
物
of
体。
sorts used when conjuring objects. I shall explain more about them when you begin
之后
working
研
with
究变形魔法以后会
transfiguration
进一步说明。这边真的有奥利凡德的店吗？
There's an Ollivander's in Hogsmeade.
There is. Most people are familiar with the shop in Diagon Alley. We're fortunate to have someone like him nearby. Mr. Ollivander is a
我们
genuine
之后就要跟
craftsman
奥利凡德
and
先生买
highly
魔杖
skilled。wand maker. I would trust no one else to pair me with a wand.
那我要出发了。
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade.
Very well. I'd like you to make your first visit to the village with a classmate. Help you get your bearings. Perhaps Sebastian Sallow or Natsai.
塞巴斯提安·萨洛或者是纳采欧娜，我想要跟娜娜一起去。
I'd like to go with Natty.
Excellent choice. Miss Onai is one of our most talented students. And she knows the area. She'll keep you well clear of any of Victor Rookwood's undesirables en route.
Rookwood?
A rather unsavory local. Best to avoid him and his associates, including his right hand of sorts, Theophilus Harlow, if you can. Once you've finished Professor
这边开始出现了罗克伍跟哈洛两个名字。罗克伍是坏人，然后哈洛是罗克伍的手下，这样子。好，现在跳出来一个讯息说，罗兰教授要来谈我的首份作业，那我们就去跟罗兰教授谈一下。
What do you think Black's wife is like?
Ah, there you are.
You have a new spell to teach me,
你要教我新的咒语
Indeed, I
吗？
do, and an exceedingly useful one at that.
他教我
The
们
mending
修
charm
修复。
Reparo. Fixes things right up, makes a broken object good as new in the blink of an eye.
It seems as if that might come in handy.
More frequently than one would imagine. As Professor Weasley mentioned, I am not the only one who will be teaching you spells outside of class in an effort to catch you up with your peers. A number of your professors have agreed to do so as well, but first,
这个游戏就是要常常完成教授的任务，教授的一些作业，然后学习新的魔法。
I have arranged some for today. See them through and then
如果
report
完成
back
了
to
一些
me.
任务以后，我就
We
教你
will
修
have
修
you
复。
casting Reparo in no time.
那我们要完成什么任务？
I'll start on the task right away, Professor.
要探索地图上的这个区域。好，我们来了。
This is the right area. I wonder where the flying page is.
要找寻书页，飞行的书页。哦，这边。
Got it.
然后还有这个地方也有书页嘛？哦，在外面。
A flying page must be around here somewhere.
这边，收集书页，好，可以。那我们就回去找罗南教授，完成你的任务了。
I trust the preliminary tasks weren't.
I completed the assignments, Professor.
Marvelous. You clearly know your way around basic charms. Let us give the old mending charm a try then, shall we? Remember to be deliberate in your enunciation
念
and
咒跟手势
movements.
要记得
I
要
want
做
to
正
see
确。
some vigor. Now, wand at the ready.
Yes, sir.
Remember, your wand is a conduit of your magic.
好，这样我们就学会修修复。
That's it. Very good. If you would like to practice mending something, have a go with that broken statue
可以
in the
去
alcove by
毁
the water.
毁损的雕像练习。
Allegedly symbolized heartbreak. Perhaps a jilted lover thought it too accurate and lashed out.
那我们就去修复这个雕像。
Reparo.
Reparo.
Nicely done. Works like a charm, doesn't it?
雕像修复完了。在罗南教授的后面这边好像有实战的这个页面可以收集耶，这边
Revelio.
收集一下。那这就是这一集的霍格华兹的传承，感谢大家收看。我们这次上了2堂课，魔咒课跟黑魔法防御课。下一集我们要去火米村去买魔杖，我们下集见，拜拜。